Where are you taking us to? She's not saying. See, this is the problem. Our leaders, like wealth, we want to eat alone and not carry the boys along. What's and she's still not saying anything. But let's delve into the conversations for today. And let's start with the report. NLC, TUC not backing down despite the fact that there is a court order stopping them, restricting them from going on strike. And they say whether they like it or not, except the government reduces the prices, both electricity and fuel price, there is no going back. And the condition they have given is that, for now, while the power sector is yet to do full metering of all the residences in Nigeria, prices should be reverted. And also, for fuel prices, the refineries must be working before we see any change or removal of subsidy. And the federal government is saying that will be an economic somersault. And so it's not even going to be possible. So there was no agreement reached. And then I'm wondering, what does this mean for the Nigerian economy? Because, hey, government is saying we don't have those monies to be paying for subsidies, every month, because we cannot pay salaries and, do the same thing. Now, you see, remember when we're talking about minimum wage, it takes us back to that period. We talked about the fact that maybe NLC was doing the wrong thing. Maybe NLC should have been asking for industries so that when we produce locally, the prices of goods and services will reduce drastically, and the minimum wage that they were earning at the time would look like a good pay. But look at us now. What's your take? What's your take on the fact that there is an impasse between the NLC, TUC, and the government?
Oh, well, first of all, when we had the news, first off, on the case of embarking on a strike because of the increase in fuel prices and electricity tariff, we mentioned somehow we all... No, I want to say we all, because some persons said that I was anti-Labour because I had said that Labour should focus on pushing the government to deliver on the infrastructures that they would use the said money accrued for subsidy into developing the country, and that we should push for much more other things. Other things are there that Labour could have decided to pursue, isn't it? But then coming to cry over spilt milk, for me, is no. Maybe you can cry that the federal government should go back on the increase in electricity hike tariff and all of that. I would be part of that one. But talk about petrol price, for me, it's right now, no.
Okay, so you want them to reduce electricity prices?
The truth is,
okay,
we could do with that reduction. But then when we talk about the reduction from petrol and crude oil produced in the country, for me, for crying out loud, that money can be used for something else. Right? We're working on alternative fuel sources.
So are you saying government should continue to pay subsidy in power sector? That's where my concern is, because government has been paying subsidy all this while.
Now, here is the thing, right? If we're supposed to choose, that's what I'm saying. If you're supposed to choose between one of those, which can the government go back on, at least so that the people sacrifice on the one hand, and on the other hand, things are not too outrageously out of price for them.
All right.
I would say maybe the subsidy should be removed, and the federal government rethinks on the electricity hike. But then if that's not the case, then maybe the monies that we use for all of this subsidizing can be used for something else that in the later future we would be proud of. And I also mentioned that maybe the NLC and TUC probably wouldn't be blowing all of these tantrums because of the removal of this subsidy if we had a government that showed their own inclusiveness in the sacrifices that the ordinary and average Nigerian is to pay for now.
Yesterday we talked about the building of a rail line, a railway station, or you can call it a train track to Niger Republic. And a lot of you were blowing hot and cold. Oh, the government is selling us. Oh, the government is selling our birthright and all of that. Have you realized, Wealth, that every Friday when we come into the studio, there are contradicting reports for us to look at? And today is another contradicting report, so to say, because yesterday the Minister of Transportation was saying we're building to Niger Republic. Now the presidency has come out and said, no, it's not Niger Republic. We are going to build it, to the border. We'll stop in Nigeria, and then Niger Republic will stop in Niger, and there will be a connection of some sort. And that there was an agreement as far back as 2015, and it was for economic purposes. Now, you would remember that a lot of people who criticized the movement, who criticized the construction, did that because they said, we are not done with building rail lines here in Nigeria. We have economic hubs like Aba, like Onitsha, like Lagos, and these places are not being connected. Talking about food and the cost of transportation for food, where we have Kebbi, we have Benue, we have Taraba, all those places where food is in abundance. We have not seen train lines or rail lines linking these places to other parts of Nigeria. Why Niger Republic? But now with this explanation from the government, does this change the argument? Does this change the approach? Does this change the mentality and thinking the Nigerians have been having in the past 1-2 days?
But yesterday, even when we mentioned this, the bulk of the issue for people was that we also need that kind of real connection within the country, especially with the economic hub areas of the country, right? So I'm thinking that is simply the problem, right? The problem isn't having rail lines. The problem is having connecting rail lines that can help us. Imagine the reduction of fuel, or removal of fuel subsidy, and then we have the trains to fall back to, and then maybe transportation is made even easier with this and even faster, I guess, because our roads are still on construction and all of that. So I do feel that this is the kind of information that people wanted to hear. They weren't angry or they weren't pushing over the fact that we were extending our rail lines to Niger Republic, but they were pushing that we also need rail lines actively working within the country because we have other economic hubs that would need to transport their own goods and services across the country.
Yet again, to puncture that argument, the federal government said these railway or rail line constructions are happening in Nigeria. And so people will want to say, should we have waited for these rail lines to actually be completed and all 36 states, all geographical or rather geopolitical regions connected first before we now extend, our brotherliness, our olive branch to Niger Republic? And because they're saying there's a lot of economic benefits because through Niger Republic we can be able to export a lot of our things to other West African countries. That's the argument the federal government is making.
The truth of the matter is that I, for one, was never against the fact that maybe this rail line should be extended to Niger Republic.
Neither was I. Yeah.
But the talk was we also need rail lines connecting us. But I also mentioned yesterday that it's gradual. Maybe little by little we get all of this rail lines everywhere, or some places, the most important places in the country, and before you know it, everywhere, and then we start to extend or spread our tentacle. For now, I do think that for the economic aspect of extending the rail line to Niger Republic, if we have the right agreements and negotiations on paper and well signed and properly scrutinized by every from the National Assembly to of course, the FEC would have given good advice on that one, or whatever advice they deem fit on that one. So I do feel that the negotiations should be well outlined so that tomorrow we don't have issues of infringing into the sovereignty and the jurisdiction of another country.
All right. Yes, on Wednesday it was, not yesterday. On Wednesday we talked about UK legislators coming out to write a letter to Commonwealth, talking about the killing of Christians in some parts of Nigeria and how Boko Haram is ravaging and how terrorism is taking over Nigeria. And, the people who are being killed are mostly farmers and Christians. And, that talk was rife on Wednesday. And the question then was, how does this affect, our ease of doing business? Because, the imagery of Nigeria was being battered, because of certain groups who had written letters to the UK Parliament. Today, Gabashew, I believe it is, reacted to it and said, hey guys, you're getting the wrong information. I don't know who is delivering this information to you or who is sending it to you, but the truth is it's wrong. We're not killing Christians. We're not it's communal clash or clashes. It's something the government is working on. Can we say that is the case? Because can And another group, came out and said, see, I mean, we support the UK legislators. The presidency, the federal government is not doing enough. It's not doing what they should do in terms of making sure Nigerians are secure. Remember, the primary purpose of every government is to ensure that the lives and properties of the citizens are secured. So do you think, the presidency did the right reaction, or do you think they should have taken their L, as some people will call it, and go back to the drawing board and say, okay, yes, we agree, this is where we have fallen short, this is what we have done, and this is what we are attempting to do? Or do you think maybe they're playing? I don't know. What do you make of this?
Well, first of all, the presidency's reaction to that particular one for me is that every other country and every state would do, because first of all, it shows that the country or the state in question is somewhat being demeaned, right? Either by their own actions as a country or by the global view, and it's just in defense of the country. That's why the presidency had issued out that response. But the truth of the matter is that the fact that the president coming out to talk about their dismay with that particular report from the US and then the UK, for me, doesn't really mean that they probably aren't working on fixing those ills, because now that they see that everybody is watching, no matter how we want to do it, I do think that people will start to take much more caution, trade more carefully with democratic matter, political issues, elections and what have you.
Malami saying he's not going to go for the seating anymore after bragging and saying, if you call me, I'm going to testify. He has decided to use his privileges card. Is now saying, hey guys, I am the Attorney General of the Federation, the Minister of Justice. I'm not going to stand for trial. I mean, I'm wondering if he has such immunity, by the way. But he's saying he's not going to stand for trial. He's not going to. But then again, is that not double standards? I mean, is that not one man speaking from both sides of his mouth? Because he brought the challenge, or rather, he brought the, what do you call it now? The allegations in the first place.
But obviously it is. Not just the allegations. He also mentioned that if there was need for him, he would be more than willing. So I do think that,
should we trash this case then? Because he's the petitioner. He's the one petitioning.
Well, we can't trash the case if we have allegations that are yet to be rectified.
Yes, but the person who made the allegation, on him lies the onus to prove.
Well, I do know for sure that certain cases linger for so long in this country, and this probably shouldn't be an exception. At least let's get to the root of it.
All right then. I saw a report on the cable, and it is captioned, US move to restrict Nigerian students to 2-year courses. Now, the United States is seeking new guidelines that could restrict some international students, including those from Nigeria, from admission of more than 2-year period. If approved, the new guidelines from the Department of Homeland Security mean affected students will be banned from 4-year courses in the US. Is this good news for us? Is this good news? Because look at the people studying in the US, international universities. They are usually children of politicians who are leading us and leaving our schools in bad states, dilapidated states. Is this good news for us? Because it means that all of us now, we die here. All of us, we die here.
The truth of the matter is that it's not just the US you're reading out now. There are other countries.
Other countries will take follow.
May not. I mean, it's on probability now, isn't it?
Now, US bad. Wait. I want to say something.
That has to do with politics. That has to do with people's rights and all of that.
But I'm saying US started it, then other people followed.
Here is the thing. Right? I don't think that this is something that would extend, or it may extend. Don't quote me anywhere, but I do feel that for now it probably wouldn't extend to other, Western countries, right? Because think about all the revenues, think about all the start to gain and all of that. But then limiting the number of courses to just 2 years, I wonder if that's for every other African country.
African countries are also, other African countries are also
So
affected.
I'm guessing that there would have been some sort of augmentation done so as to fit in all that they would need to know within that 2 years.
There's medicine, for instance. What do you want to do in 2 years?
Well, I'm guessing because they had mentioned that a lot of these courses that they come over there, physically to learn, they can learn online. Right, so maybe that's what they're trying to push
Yet
for.
again.
And then the 2 years will probably be for people who necessarily have to be there for maybe the practicals and all of that.
Yet again, does that mean that our students, students of politicians, rather, or children of politicians, would school in Nigeria? And if it is, it's good for me, because then it means that Uniport would have governors, House of Reps, children there.
No, let's think about it on the flip side. If these students are not allowed to go outside, we would have more private universities that would accommodate the children of these politicians, which of course would be
still good.
The prices will not be affordable for the average Nigerian.
Demand in economics says the more, the less the price.
No, here's the thing.
The more the demand, the less the price.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
How difficult is it for one to start up a private university? Especially with one with all the funds and certification that they would need. I mean, the appropriate certification and accreditation that would come with it.
See, it's going to be easy to get all of those when their children, the politicians' children, are stuck in Nigeria, because they'll be looking for people who want to come and invest in the educational sector. So it then means that there'll be more.
I think at this point in time, there was somebody who called in one time and said, we expect Labour to push that, every administration live by making sure that you facilitate a particular federal school, make it very up to standard, focus on a particular school from a particular region from each administration. And then imagine what would happen in, say, 4, 5, 6 administrations in this country. We would have different schools in different regions being touched and given appropriate attention, enough attention. Because right now what we're doing is dividing attention and it's yielding nothing, little or nothing for us.
All right, let's delve into politics now. We were talking policies before. Let's look at politics now. Punch newspaper has the caption, how IGP ordered me to leave Edo on eve of election. And guess who is talking? Can somebody guess? Raise your hands now. Teacher is in the building. Who do you think it is? Who is talking? Of course, now it's our own Governor Wike. And the article reads, Governor Yeso Wike of Rivers State says the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, called him on the telephone on the eve of the Edo State governorship election last week and ordered him to leave the state immediately. Wike said this on Channels Television Sunrise Daily program today. The governor, who was the chairman of the People's Democratic Party's governorship campaign, said he asked the IGP why Governor Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State and his Imo State counterpart, Hope Uzodinma, who are members of the All Progressives Congress, were allowed to remain in Edo State, but there was no response from the police boss. Wike said the IGP was crossed with him because he challenged the illegal deduction of the River State financial allocation for the police fund. Remember when Wike took the president to court, say, why would you collect money from the consolidated account without, recourse to the governors, the 36 state governors? And now he's saying that's the reason why the IGP is angry with him. The governor said the IG never saw me outside. I was inside my room and I got a call from the IG that I must leave Edo State. What surprised me was, why should I leave Edo State? I am the chairman of the campaign council, and the chairman does not mean that after the campaign you leave. No, you must monitor what is going on so that at the end of the day, you will be able to write your report. I discovered that the IG's own had nothing to do with the election, because I remember that some time ago, my commissioner returned to me from a FAC meeting and said there were deductions made to the police trust fund. I asked who approved it, because the police are under the exclusive lease and not the concurrent lease. I told my Attorney General to challenge it, and this angered the IG. Now, number one, does the IG have the right? I know we are not lawyers, but let's just deliberate on it for a little bit. Does the IG have the right to touch someone who's got immunity and tell him, hey, guy, get up and leave? Does he have the right to do so?
If he knows that his staying may be, threatening to some sort of peace and orderliness.
He still doesn't have the, that's the point. He still doesn't have the right to do that.
Here's the thing. What if the IG has hints that the staying of the governor would probably cause some sort of unrest? It is his duty to avert it, isn't it?
It is his duty to report to the president, who then calls for a state of emergency. The IGP does not have the right to talk to the governor that manner.
He did not throw him out. He requested that the governor leaves.
He ordered him to leave, according to, I don't know, maybe the governor has been dramatic about it, but he said that he was ordered to leave.
But anybody listening, and I'm not trying to. I'm not. I have to beg you people because
devil's advocate.
I'm pretty sure somebody will send in a text and say, "Why are you always supporting these people?"
Right.
Good news is I am not supporting them. I'm simply just thinking that maybe this is how it is. But then, since it isn't, as we've concluded, it isn't in the IG's place to ask the governor to leave. Thank you.
She had to backtrack.
No.
Oh my God.
But then when you think about it, I mean, it could have been, an excuse or a reason from the IG.
To do what? To order him to leave? No.
When you say order, maybe that's out of place. But asking, simply because of, classified information, I don't know.
Yet again, like I said, that's the place of the president. And see, just how the president cannot even order the governor to leave, the president will now instead put a state of emergency where the military takes over, while the elections take place. And that's how it's done. I don't know, because ordering the governor to leave, even though it's not a state, I mean, it's still Nigeria, and the constitution grants him that immunity where, you can't touch him. And I mean, what do I know?
Why are you looking at me? Am I disputing with you?
I don't know.
You've explained and I've understood.
Is it like you're backtracking? I need to.
I need not backtrack.
I need to bring out that thing inside of you.
No.
That thing inside of you has to come out.
I asked the question I felt could have been, but then if it isn't, then it is not in the IG's place to have done so.
Okay.
So you see.
Are you sure?
Share the IS that can happen. They will send me a message. I've collected brown envelope.
It's the bottom of the hour, and we've got two more conversations to have right about now. One of it is still on weekend. Now, Obaseki visited President Buhari today, and a lot of tongues were wagging. They say, oh, remember there was the rumor, there was the back and forth that Osage had asked, Yamu had asked Obaseki to return to the APC, and then he came out and said, hey guys, it wasn't me.
But you remember that even before the election, so even before he's leaving the APC, after he left, I can't really remember, he had gone to see the president as well.
Yeah, okay, so before he left.
So I'm thinking that that pretty much has nothing. It could have been maybe a courtesy visit.
Courtesy visit. Do you know the governor of Rivers State does not? Okay, let's leave that one. Let's leave that.
But if we keep deducing that the governor of Rivers State played or was key instrument.
No, that's not.
Hold on. If we keep deducing that his key instruments to Obaseki's, victory in Edo State, don't you think that he's going to see the president now would have been maybe an approval? There would have been an approval coming from
I don't think so, because Wike said he's free to go if he wants to go.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Now, in politics, when somebody is that instrumental for you, they become somewhat important to you, right?
Yeah. Have you played Nigerian politics?
They become somewhat important to you,
okay,
right? Okay. At some point, until you decide to rebel against them.
Okay.
Now,
what if the rebellion is starting now?
Let's wait and watch drama.
Anyways, Obaseki has come out to say, hey, it's just a courtesy visit, like you said. I just came to visit. I just came to pay my respects to the president. But then again, he told newsmen after the meeting that, see, it's going to be immoral. It doesn't make sense for me to return to the APC when I've gotten my umbrella. When the rain was falling, it was, the PDP that brought their umbrella, and the broom was not working at the time. So, I don't know. Yet again, I still feel like Obaseki's got some attachment to the APC, and I don't know, maybe he's not letting go anytime. You know how when a girl breaks a guy's heart, or a guy breaks a girl's heart, and they're telling the girl or the guy to move on. I'm like, no, I love him. That guy was so good to me, and that's what probably Obaseki is doing right now.
Well, it wouldn't be that easy to play fast one on, supposed strong men. Like the ones we saw display themselves during the elections. Yeah, it wouldn't be that easy. Why are you now laughing?
Nothing. Go ahead. Sorry.
So, I think it wouldn't be that easy. And even if there was anything he had gone to see the president for, it probably, if he's supposed to, switch back to the APC, it will linger for a while, because I don't think he's ready to do that now.
Wike has said that Godwin Obaseki of Edo State can go back, is free to return to the All Progressives Congress if he feels the PDP is not working for him. Wike, however, said the Edo State governor must never forget that he was given an umbrella when he was left in the rain.
Or maybe it's flooded now, and
they need a ship. And the presidentship is, makes sense. You have so much wisdom. Presidentship.
All right. I don't like all these conspiracy theories.
All right,
Let's
then.
move on.
But you can drop your thoughts on that one because it says Obaseki is free to return to the APC. Do you think the governor would really give such a blessing? I mean, this is politics, man. Everybody was saying that the South now is all PDP a blow. But it looks as if PDP might be winning yet another state, and I'm talking about Ekiti State. Ekiti State has suspended Kayode Fayemi for playing anti-party politics, and one of it is entertaining FFK for a week, prior to the Edo elections. And in that 1 week when he was entertaining FFK, they were plotting on how to make the Edo swing towards Obaseki's way. And so for that reason, he has missed. Other reasons were there for not conveying, the State Executive Council meeting of the party, for not doing some other things. I think a couple of it, I have the APC report on my back. I don't want. But the point is, he has been suspended. Is this more crack for the APC? On those state elections in a couple of weeks' time, Akere Edolu is finding it difficult as well because there are cracks in the APC. I mean, his deputy left him and went to PDP, and then from PDP to ZLP. In Edo State, where the elections just concluded, there's still people who are aggrieved by the role of Oshomole in the party. I mean, they're still talking about Oshomole up until now. Come to Rivers State, there's still people who are trying to, and some people decamped not too long ago, right? So the question in my head is this a show? We've been asking the question for some weeks now. Is the APC still, strong enough to be a challenger for the presidency and even, other political seats in Nigeria? And with all of these cracks, 2023 in view, is this a show of all the disgruntled voices in the party? You need to see Wells' face right now. But really, that's the question. I don't know. Wells is playing it safe. I don't know if she got a text message. She's playing it safe. She doesn't want to get involved and dabble into conspiracy theories. But you know what? Let's open the phone lines and let's have you say what is on your mind. I think this is a crack. I mean, losing yet again another governor in another state. I mean, the APC might be in some kind of crack. Maybe they're having too much troubles. I don't know. You get to say all that is in your mind, especially those of you in the APC. You come out to tell me what really is happening in your party, because I mean the news is not so great right about now from my end. The numbers to call into the studio with are 0817 0000951 and 0810951091. Your text messages to the number 0701933996. So that number doubles. The last number I just called doubles. That's the WhatsApp message portal number. You can catch us on Facebook at Today95.1fm. And good there, you see the trending stories. Drop your comments, daring. And on Twitter, it is Today FM951. Remember, it's Kalada, the man of the people, and Wealth Wilson. Let's find out who's on the line. 95.1 FM.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, my name is Comrade Pere Dakolo.
All right, Dakolo, welcome.
What is happening right now in APC is something that I can say I foresaw a long time ago. Yeah.
Are you a clairvoyant?
Not really, but so what is happening, what was everything that was happening, I saw them. I'm a core PDP member. From here in Nagwa local government. APC has no stance in 2023. The people that are in APC are people that are from PDP. They have issues. If they try to correct them, this is what you are doing. They'll say, no. They will run to APC. APC will welcome them. If they suspend you, those are the bad eggs they had in PDP. And now they are now showing themselves in APC. So for 2023, APC has no stand. APC is gone.
All right, then. All right, thank you very much. That's your opinion, and it's not law. Entirely your opinion, by the way. But keep your calls coming in, and let's get to hear from you. Who is on the line right about now. 95.1 FM.
Hello, Mr. Canada.
Mr. Sam Walker.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sam.
Yeah, Lady West, the lady of the nation.
You're welcome.
The man of the people. A blessed weekend to you guys. Canada, you see, looking at this UK, who are now claiming to love us so much that their lawmakers are so concerned about the killings in Nigeria. But they should also know that hunger is also its own very dangerous illness or corruption that can lead to so many things. Whereby the president sometimes, when they had meetings about from world leaders, he said they should bring all those stolen money under their custody. But to date, none of them has come out or any lawmaker to say let them return our stolen funds. That is in their country, they are using it to develop themselves, making so much revenue for themselves that they are not saying anything. But that is by the way anyway. Canada, you see, Tinubu used to be a good politician. But now his ambition and anger is just driving him to a level whereby it's just as if he don't get what he wants or nobody supports him on what he wants, then that person becomes his enemy, whereby he's undermining the consequence of fighting or trying to
Quickly, what are you trying to say?
Attack all the big wing in APC. So you see him just going after any person. He just look his face, look as if he's going to be vice president or this. He will fight any person that.
So are you saying Tinubu is the one who instigated the removal or suspension of Fire-Me from the APC in Ekiti State?
Exactly, that is it.
All right, then.
Tinubu, that is his action. He has been doing underground moves. So you see, that is not good.
All right.
You see, Wike was in those states. He never told us that he had issue with IG. Then he was trying to
but he did. It was everywhere. But thank you very much. We've got to move on there. Your time is up. 95.1 FM. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Yeah, Mr. Canada, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Great to you guys. I love you guys.
We love you too.
Thank you.
Go ahead now, yeah?
Yes, my name is Kesley, calling you from Olumini. There are two headlines that got my attention. One is the railway and the suspension of Ekiti State governor.
All right now, yeah?
Yes, it's the railway issue. Well, it's so unfortunate that our government did not know what they're supposed to do. They left what they're supposed to do, and they're doing things that does not really matter. As long as I'm concerned.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Reason being, you have from River State here. I don't know if you have come across this news that said the custom told us that they are making so much billion from seaport, from 6 months that they make so billion. And where you make such huge amount of money, you did not build railway that will connect from here to Lagos. You do not.
Maybe the federal government said it's in the pipeline and it's something that they're working on. They're trying to give back.
My brother, first thing first. Things that are really we need should be their priority first. Not something that we nobody is seeing yet. You're telling me, okay, without cow, you building a road that was transporting cow from to Nigeria. Is that what we need at this time? You're not talking about how to.
But while you're looking at bringing cows, like you've put it, you should also look at the fact that we also will be exporting things to Niger Republic.
My brother, at least you should first put your house in order before spending how will I even say? Let me even just because I don't.
Kingsley, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You take a chill pill. You just be coming down. Be coming down, please. Be coming down. Thank you very much. 95.1 FM. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Canada, good afternoon. Emeka from Owerri, and my sister in the studio.
Emeka from Owerri,
welcome.
Canada, although I know you are in the office, you are protecting your job. Otherwise, the analysis you have been giving is not comfortable. What kind of economic benefit are we going to get from Niger?
No, the exports and imports that happen because of the rail lines.
Don't you travel? Let me ask you a question now. I want to believe you're a businessman, right? Don't you go to Niger Republic? Don't you go to Togo? Don't you go to Benin Republic? Don't you travel? Wait now, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you travel?
You mentioned about 3 countries now, and I want to tell you where we have benefits more than this in a year.
But now, what you're not getting is it's easier to build a railway from here to there so that we can access order of these West African countries. I mean, that's what the federal government said, not me. I'm not building it. Yeah.
Let's us tell ourselves the simple truth. If you tell me you are building railway to even Cotonou, I will agree with you.
Okay.
If you tell me you are building railway even to Cameroon, I will agree with you.
Okay.
What is our benefit in what do you call it?
Okay, so the problem is Niger. What if the rail line was from, let's say, an eastern state to Niger Republic? Would you have a problem with it?
I will still have a problem with this. What is the economic benefit of Niger?
Okay.
What is the economic value? Niger as a nation. What can they boast of in West Africa? Apart from Malu, apart from cow. What are we talking about?
Right.
You see, and he said something this afternoon. He said, the government will not stop at the border. They will not start their own from their border. My brother, leave all those things. They are trying to deceive. They are trying to deceive some people that don't understand what is going on. On this show of this Garba Shehu, battle hitting America or UK. That is what we should expect from them. But I think it's a high time, whether it's possible in Nigeria for us to live with this issue of presidency or representative speaking for president. Let president come and speak for himself. This issue of Garba Shehu, the other guy, Obama, speaking on behalf of the president, I think we should get to a stage whereby God president himself will come and speak so that he will hold accountable for whatever he says. How can Garba Shehu debunking what the UK and America is saying about killings in Nigeria?
All right, then.
I'm talking now, my brother. Tomorrow morning, you are supposed to lose tomorrow. You hear how many number of people that will be killed.
All right, thanks. We're not praying for more. We're not praying for more killings, but we've got to go, Emeka. We've got to go. Thank you very much. There. 95.1fm. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Good day.
Yeah, good day to you. What's your name?
I'm Reggie calling.
All right, welcome, Omeridi, welcome.
So, my major concern is that of the APC and their coming down.
What do you mean by they're coming down?
What is exactly happening in APC now? The issues in APC. That is exactly what I mean. You see, in this world, it is not good for only one person to say, I am everything. Because as soon as you begin to raise yourself so high, that is also how people will now begin to gang up seriously against you. It's just exactly what is happening to Tinubu now. Tinubu will soon face his waterloo any moment from now. Because he has started it, and that is how he is going to come down. He will soon come down and come down to the barest minimum.
All right. All right.
That is not Nigerian. What he is playing is not Nigerian politics.
Okay.
You want to play the game and take it all alone. Without you, no politics, no game. Because thereby causing problems here and there.
All right.
Why the thing is creeping gradually to the stage. Watch out what will happen.
All right. Watch out for part 2, I believe. All right. Thank you very much for calling in. Let's delve or take a dive into Facebook portal. Lazarus Ushao, Joshua John says, Kala, as for US to ban Nigerian students from studying 4 years courses, Kala, I like it. I am just looking at myself after finishing secondary school, ASU and FG going on strike. When that happens, FG would put our education system in place because nowhere for their children to go and study. Kala, God save us. But you forgot Ghana. You forgot Ghana. They'll send them to Ghana. You went ahead to say, Kala and Wealth, Good Friday. Kala, as for APC, I don't have much to say, but one thing I know, APC is already dead. That's your opinion, not mine. And not to the FMs as well. You went ahead to say, is only the president that makes APC look as if it is still alive. Kala, as for Obaseki, if he tries to leave PDP, that is the end of his political drive. Kala, tell him to use his tongue to count his teeth because all the world is watching him. And Jerry Opusunju says double wahala for APC. What are you trying to say? That sounds like a song I know. 95.1 FM.
Hello, Canada.
Lawson, welcome. Welcome, Lawson.
Yes, I greet you. I greet you.
Good afternoon, Lawson.
People are, some people are really funny. I don't know. You suspend a governor from a party and say a party is finished. I wonder.
But it's not just this one. I mean, Edo State, Rivers State, Zamfara State.
Edo State. A lot of people are making even that victory, Obasanjo's victory, a major top APC shot contributed to it. That's what people don't know.
He doesn't look. He's giving PDP the glory.
To succeed.
Okay.
Yes. No. See, people never wanted Adams to succeed.
Okay.
Don't forget, this other group was there and they fought against him. So. People don't forget, both in 2015 and 2019, the APC won the presidential election without Southeast. They just
what about Southwest now? Because it's now beginning to affect Southwest. Ekiti State is in Southwest.
Most people, when they look at Tinubu, when what it happened, perhaps I feel maybe some people are jealous of Tinubu. Tinubu has a firm grip, control of that Southwest.
Okay.
Make no mistake about it.
Okay.
He has you see what he did in Lagos? That is the kind of power he has.
But it looks as if people inside the APC are beginning to fight that power he has, because if they are removing his sons and daughters, then there is problem.
He did not. Don't forget again. People are forgetting that in the time of Ambode, a clear primary was organized. Ambode lost that primary in a large margin. You understand? He didn't impose the current Lagos State governor. There was primaries. And but they could not win that primary. The difference between him and the current governor was large. So people just feel as if he just carried this current governor and said, come and be governor. There was primaries. You understand?
All right.
So when people say, oh, the party is finished because of one disciplinary this high, I just laugh. Don't forget, after 2015, this is the same thing they were talking. The party is finished. The party is finished. And in 2019, the margin became almost 4 million.
Interesting. Bigger than what it was in 2015, Abi?
Yes. You said what?
I said bigger than what it was in 2015, Abi?
Bigger, yes. The first one in 2015 was over 2.5 million.
Okay.
The second one was nearly 4 million. But then the party is finished. This party is, look at the difference. One thing with PDP is that I feel they exist only in social media. That's where they talk. They talk a lot in social media. On the ground, you understand? They are not there. So don't use because the party has lost one state and say, oh, the party is...
All right. We've got to go. Time. Okay.
Thank you.
No, you wanted to say something quickly.
Yes, I want to say something. When people go into trade agreement, most people don't understand. Every country has an area of comparative advantage. Nigeria is going to Niger Republic. People are saying, do you know before that agreement is signed, there's what Nigeria will gain.
Okay.
There's what Niger Republic will get. At some point, Niger was bringing PMS to Nigeria. They have a refinery that is functioning.
Okay.
We don't have that.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Lawson. Lawson, thank you very much. You got to go. 95.1fm, what's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Canada, this is Oyibo man.
Oyibo man, the people have lights.
Yes,
all right, congrats.
With the daylight, Jagaban.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank God for you.
Canada, I want to comment on this ABC something. Here, this godfatherism need to stop. Because if it did not stop in Edo State, I don't think we are the next lady to commence. Because the chain is trying to generate a lot of problems in River State here. You see people praising our governor, this, that. Yes, our governor did a marvelous something that nobody expected. After the whole police, the whole threatened, asked him to leave the state, that he don't have any business in the state. At the end of the day, what happened? PDP won. If politics can play like this, everybody should be transparent. Nobody should fight for anybody. You will see that all these things people are saying will be fine. I'm telling you the truth. All these things will be fine. Because this godfatherism is trying to cause a lot of problem in this Nigeria. So if the godfatherism will start from now to stop, I believe that everything will be fine.
All right.
I take my bow.
Take your bow. Thank you very much there. Let's read some text messages because we're almost out of time.
All right, this one says Labour is always playing with Nigerian life. They are too slow in their action, court injunctions. Thank God this is not River State again. And now Abuja, let's see how it will go. That's coming from Godwin from Obigbo. This other one says, greeting guys, I think Governor Wike is just playing his serial pranks. Rational and informed Nigerians don't take... Oh well,
Yeah.
I'll just... skip that one. He said, Wari Takwe rail line will be commissioned on the 29th of September 2020. Can some people be reasonable for once and eschew unnecessary hatred? And that's coming from Emi Faiga. This one says, if you know how many people Nigeria are praying against APC, I'm thinking how many people in Nigeria are praying against the APC, then you will know that they will never know peace. They deceived,
But you should
scammed,
also
and conned Nigerians.
You should also know there are a lot of Nigerians praying for the APC. I mean, it goes both ways. Sorry about that.
This one says, coming from Sunday Truna from Akpajo, people should understand that constructing of rail line track is a panacea to economic development. The political turmoil in APC is a strategy to crush Tinubu and his loyalists for the party to be stronger. This one says, in 2015, Ayofayoshe delivered equity to PDP. What some people don't know is since 2003, Buhari have 11 million voters come rain, come sun. Check past elections. That's coming from Stan.
I have to do my research.
Lastly, I saved this one for last. This one says, a good day to you all in the studio. Wealth, admit it or not, it is obvious that you are an enthusiastic apologist to the various political leaders.
And that's why I'm asking her where she's
Diodinga.
taking us to tonight.
It's very funny, yeah? It's very, very funny. But
Okay.
anyway, go off on that one if you want.
All right.
Let's quickly check what we have on WhatsApp. But
On Facebook now, Sammy
go to
Kere
Facebook
says,
first.
Obaseki should not think of returning to APC because PDP had to subvert other members' ambition just to give him the ticket. After all, he's not having national ambition soon. Yeah, you said so. Melody Onienze, I can perceive nepotism working with two legs in this Buhari government. This project is more political than economical. If not, can the economic benefit of this rail project be compared to that of linking commercial hub centers of Lagos Seaport, Minin, Asaba, PH, Aba, Onitsha, and Mid-Belt region, which is the agricultural hub of the nation? What is our annual import and export ratio with Niger Republic? Is there anything produced by Niger that is not produced in Nigeria? Is this not the same Niger route the government told us that most of the foreign terrorists enter through to Nigeria? Huh? Okay, you do have a point there. Owen Thomas says the federal government have learned something from Governor Wike, and that is purchasing. All right. I can't read that one out. That's very wrong. UM Thomas, very wrong. But no messages on the WhatsApp photo?
This one says, suspension of Ekiti State Governor and victory of Obaseki is clear evidence that APC is no more again.
All right, you said so, not me. Let's take this call here now, 95.1 FM.
Yeah, this is Pastor Isaiah George.
I was waiting for when you're going to call in.
Yes, my brother, you see, people are just disturbing themselves. APC as a political party is fully on ground and will exist even beyond 2023. See, instead of APC to allow the wish hunting of PDP to come back against them, because they know how they came into power. And they will do everything humanly possible. Now, today, do you see anybody talking about the 2019 election again? And all is brouhaha. It is gone. It is like bygone and it is gone. And that is how 2023 will come. They will muzzle the system just to make sure that the PDP, in whichever means, because when it comes to that time, they will manipulate times and seasons, try to see how some of them will go to other parties in just different ways to form coalition to see whether they will overthrow the center and come back and then tell you that yes, they are PDP. But in whichever way they try to do, see, the watchdogs are everywhere watching them and will not allow them to come, because if they come back, they are only coming back with a witch hunt mission. You understand? So the APC will do everything if it takes whether it.
But I don't know why you're dragging the PDP. The PDP did not suspend Ekiti State Governor. It was the APC. So I don't know why you're dragging the PDP on this one.
No. What I'm looking at the
bigger picture.
Yes, I'm trying to look it on the bigger picture, because the what if you listen to the governor of River State, is like the victory of the APC, as he's saying that this should. Buhari should use it to set the path against ahead of 2023 and all of that, thinking that maybe this victory will also.
We've got to go. We've got to go past this high.
My brother, it will not work.
All right.
Just wasting
all right. We've got to go. We've got to go. News update up next.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you very much, comrade. As Sanitaire says, presidency building rail to Niger Republic is very laughable and senseless. How can a government borrow billions of naira to build rail to Niger that will only succeed in exposing our security challenges? Our roads and rails in the country is nothing.
It wouldn't expose us to any security challenges. For crying out loud, they will be oh God! Like, we are just building the rail lines. Is that what people are trying to perceive?
When we close our borders, but we're not having people manning the borders.
The borders had their own issues. Our borders were not standard. They were too porous, for crying out loud.
Hopefully this will not be the case. But we've got to go for the news update. When we'll come back, we'll talk some more. Stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Today, 95.1 FM. Port Harcourt. News update.
Good afternoon. Here is the news update on Today 95.1 FM. I am Wealth Wilson. The State Executive Committee of the All Progressives Congress, APC in Ekiti State, have suspended Governor Kayode Fayemi. In a statement released by the party, the governor was suspended due to his numerous anti-party activities, especially his role in the recently concluded governorship election in Edo State, which is contrary to the provision of Article 21A II of the APC's constitution. The party claimed that the 5 days before the Edo election, Governor Fayemi hosted PDP bigwig Femi Fani Kayode in the government house in Ado-Ekiti and planned a coup against Edo APC. Another allegation levied against the Governor Fayemi by the party was that he played a role in the gubernatorial election in Oyo State and supported the PDP candidate to defeat the APC candidate. The government of Kogi State have declared a 2-day mourning in honor of the victims of a tanker explosion which occurred in Lokoja, the state's capital. The announcement is contained in a statement issued by the State Commissioner for Information and Communication, Kingsley Famo. The tanker explosion, which occurred in Felele area of Lokoja along the Lokoja-Abuja highway on Wednesday, claimed at least 23 lives. The government, therefore, called on road users to act reasonably and responsibly in order to avert unfortunate situations that care and caution could have averted. The federal government has said plans are underway to come up with a blueprint on how to restore the mangrove across the country, especially in the Niger Delta region. Speaking during a stakeholders meeting in Rivers State, the Minister of Environment, Mohammed Abubakar, expressed worry about how such areas are being decimated by the people, polluted by oil-related activities and logging for firewood. Abubakar said disruption of the mangroves, which provide topography and geology of an area, could bring about a lot of catastrophic issues to the environment, adding that ways were being sought on how to prevent such oil-related activities and restore the mangrove, as well as have a collaborative effort that will continue to support the growth of the mangrove. On her part, the Minister of State for Environment, Sharon Ikweazu, assured the ministry in collaboration with stakeholders would ensure that the mangroves are restored to provide jobs and livelihood for the people. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ibadan Zonal Office has arraigned two persons, Motonrayo Olasibikon and Abiden Adefishayo Tijani, before Justice Ladiran Akintola of the Oyo State High Court sitting in Ibadan for alleged involvement in a visa scam. Olasibikon, who explained and claims to be a school proprietress in the state capital, was arraigned alongside Adefayasho Tijani on a 7-count charge of conspiracy, forgery, and uttering. According to the charges, the suspect in September 2018 at Ibadan made documents titled Electronic Travel Authorization with registration number bearing the name of one Adediran Pemilarin Adedayo, purported to have been issued by the Canadian High Commission with the intent that it may be acted upon as genuine. The arraignment followed a petition to the EFCC from one Inomidosola Popola, who wrote on behalf of himself and other victims. Popola, in a petition, alleged that in February 2018, he and 3 others were tricked by the defendants into parting with monies running into millions of naira for processing travel documents, adding that the suspects presented themselves to be registered travel agents licensed to undertake the task. He further alleged that though they were given some documents as agreed, it was later discovered that the papers were forged and they were turned down at the point of traveling. In a statement by EFCC Head of Media and Publicity, Wilson Uwujarin, the accused, however, pleaded not guilty to the charges preferred against him. But the prosecution-led team by Ben Ubi prayed the court for a trial date and an order to remand the duo in custody pending the trial date. The defense counsel ABC Ademiluyi and S.O. Ali prayed the court for a short adjournment to hear the bail application of their respective clients. Justice Akintola subsequently adjourned the case to October 7 for hearing of the bail application and ordered that the accused be remanded at the EFCC custody. On the foreign scene, North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has issued a rare personal apology for the killing of a South Korean official. Kim reportedly told his South Korean counterpart Moon Jae-in that the disgraceful affair should not have happened. South Korea said the 47-year-old official was found by troops floating in the North Water before he was shot dead and his body was set alight. The killing, which is the first of a South Korean citizen by North Korean forces for a decade, has caused outrage in the South. The border between the Koreas is under tight security, and the North is thought to have a shoot-to-kill policy in place to prevent coronavirus from entering the country. And that was the news update on Today 95.1 FM. Do not forget, take responsibility, wash your hands frequently with soap under running water. Avoid touching your face and high contact surfaces to prevent coronavirus. Once again, good afternoon. I am Wealth Wilson, and thank you for listening.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
I am a proud Nigerian. I have been placed here by God for a time such as this.
At my back, I ain't coming back.
The degradation, challenges, and problems faced by Nigeria are the perfect backdrop for me to develop and utilize my God-given potential.
I will not complain. I will not criticize. Rather, I will use my skills, gifts, relationships,
and experience to find long-lasting and revolutionary solutions to the many challenges confronting Nigeria.
Nigeria will rise again.
Because I am here, I will leave this nation
a better place than I met it. I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth.
I will work to make Nigeria a praise on the earth. So help me God.
Let me tell you how I got this far.
This message is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
This president's failed.
It's about the future of this country.
We're going to take it back. We're going to take it back.
You asked us to vote you into that position so you can bring about that
solution.
So when you vote me, then you sleep.
Let me see if I can take another phone call. Hello, Today 95.1 FM. Good morning.
What makes a policeman to be able to feed is the gun he's holding. They use their gun to extort money from people.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
No longer news that we are truly the voice of the people.
Am I not a slave in Nigeria?
I refuse if you are.
You're a slave. Let's not get to that now. So the Nigerian Rob is philosophical.
You spot the difference now?
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Every day on Today 95.1 FM, there's always an opportunity to comment and air your views on our various programs. It's not just about us, it's about you, your opinion, and your voice.
President, don't you think that it's time to step down, sir?
Be part of the story, the gist, reactions, intrigues, and the news.
President Neil Patrick Harris has called for greater regulation.
Give us a feedback or join the conversation on Twitter at TodayFM951. Our Facebook address is Today95.1 FM, or join us on the number 0701 933 9962. That's our WhatsApp application. Be informed, be educated, and have fun. We are Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
This is today's hustle. One show that embodies objectivity. We raise the bar in examining the good, the bad, the sordid, everything that has to do with society.
In America, you buy a big house and you pay gradually for 30 years of your life. That is politics. In Nigeria, you carry all your salary and go and rent one bad politics.
Everything that has to do with
you
society.
must negotiate. If we don't negotiate, when a man is pushed to the wall, he bounces back with double leverage. We have been pushed to the wall.
The Hustle. Every weekday from
1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
on Today 95.1 FM.
right, good afternoon to you once again, and thank you for staying tuned to Today 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. Yes, we are the voice of the people because we give you the opportunity, the platform to air your views on certain national issues, certain government policies, and even as much as we don't let you use certain words on air, we still allow you the right. We give you the opportunity to criticize the government when you feel like they're not doing very well, and you push them to do greater things and more important policies for the betterment of everybody. It's still Wilson and Kalada in the studio today. Also continues right about now. 14 minutes gone past the hour of 2, and right about now we will be talking for development. Well, do you remember the time when Nigeria was said, or Nigerians were said to be the happiest people in the world? I can't find, data or the statistics to back that. But at one time, I think in 2018, 2017 it was, Nigerians were said to be one of the happiest people in the world. And a couple of years back, or fast forward a couple of years now, we're getting reports from the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto coming out to say, and that's Matthew Kuka, by the way. He's usually a part of the people who organize the peace accords during elections. He's always moving around with Abdul Salami when elections are around, or when we're having elections, and he goes around making sure political orders sign peace accords, and they don't go about causing mayhem, or they don't use violent words and all of that. So Matthew Kuka was saying, I think it was yesterday, that Nigerians are more sadder under this administration, or rather they are sadder and more sadder. Interesting. They are sadder under this administration, and he was telling the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So I'm going to go to the Guardian now. I'm going to read the report so all of us can get to understand what Matthew Kuka was trying to say. Now, the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto, Matthew Kuka, yesterday said Nigerians were sadder and worse off under the President Muhammadu Buhari administration. The cleric also re-echoed the sentiments of former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, who had stated that Nigeria was more divided than ever. Addressing the 60th Independent Lecture Series organized by the Association of Retired Career Ambassadors of Nigeria in Abuja, Kuka accused Buhari of showing the greatest degree of insensitivity in managing the country's diversity, describing his appointments as lopsided and against the spirit of a united Nigeria. Following the Nigerian leader for allegedly failing to live up to the people's expectations, the bishop submitted, "We have never had it this bad in our history, where power, is privatized and shared based on religious and ethnic considerations." It went on, "We are finding it difficult to manage our diversity. Indeed, this is not a period in our history to talk about merit or meritocracy. If Buhari does not visit the idea of people feeling excluded from the system, then he's laying a bad foundation. Even many Northerners are also not happy with the skewed appointments by the president. The truth is, we cannot continue to live in a country where there is no feeling of inclusion because we are not a conquered people. Where we are supposed to be is not where we are. When you recruit people based on religious and ethnic considerations, it diminishes the system, creates tension, and make others feel like they don't belong to the system. We are in a digital knowledge economy, and the world has no role for ethnic jingoism, religious and cultural ignorance or arrogance, I beg your pardon. I call on President Buhari to appreciate that Nigerians expected more than we have today. We have never been as divided, cynical, sad, and frustrated as we are today. We pray the world will not leave us behind. When Obasanjo said this, or something similar to this, a lot of Nigerians say, "Oh, don't mind him. He does not have the moral standing." So I'm guessing the issue of moral standing might not come to play now that we have a bishop, a Catholic bishop, I'm talking about Matthew Kuka, coming out to say the same thing. When it was Sebastian's turn, we had people argue, when it was his turn, why did he not do it? Was Nigeria not divided? Matthew Kuka has never been a president, so I'm guessing that argument does not fit in, right? But looking at all the things that Nigerians have to go through these days, can we then say that Nigerians are sadder, that Nigerians are worse off? In the words of Matthew Kuka, the bishop, the Catholic bishop of Sokoto, can we say these things about Nigerians? Or yet again, like many people have argued, it is all political. There is the electricity tariff hike, there is the fuel price hike, there is the food prices increasing. There is, the increment of various things, various prices, life in Nigeria, as some people have argued, is quite expensive. So can we say Nigerians are sadder? Or do we still believe in the adage that when you see a Nigerian's back against the wall, he finds a way to break the wall down and push through? But what do you think about Matthew Kuka's statement?
Well, I do feel that he's talking based on his own perspective, and some persons might beg to differ, because I'm guessing that by tomorrow we would have a refute coming from the presidency on that particular one. Of course. But when you're looking at the stats and you're looking at what has happened, say since the beginning of this particular administration for the second tenure, then you would understand that certain people have been pushed into depression. I'm not talking economic now, but I'm talking about whether economic, financial, or even emotionally, because a lot of persons, as the last time I checked, more Nigerians are plunging into poverty, and the poverty eradication of this administration, the plan to eradicate about 100 million Nigerians out of poverty, seem not to be, fast yielding. And with the delay comes more people who are depressed. With the delay comes more people who are pushed to the wall. And I'm guessing that it is no longer a saying that when we get pushed to the wall, we just look for a reason for us to, continue not rebelling. I think we're not rebelling people. We seem to always go with the flow and all of that. I'm thinking that with all that is going on, if we are more sadder, according to the bishop, then I'm guessing that by now we would have seen some sort of, uproar from the people. NLC is already doing, the uproar, I guess. But I'm thinking that if that's the case, then we should be seeing more of that revolution, I think.
And then talking about that, there's some movement come 1st October. The people are saying no to several things. They're joining their voices and they're saying, we'll not take increment in prices and all of that stuff. But yet again, when you made reference to the fact that we are no longer those people who, would break the wall and pass through the wall when we were pushed to the wall. I want to know, I beg to differ, because there are a lot of people who, if you give them the opportunity, if we do a poll right about now and say, what do you think about this administration? They'll tell you this administration has been the goodness of the Lord. It's been the Lord sending the Messiah to his people here on earth. A lot of people will tell you some sweet words about this administration, and a lot of them will say it's just people playing politics and being naughty, and that's the reason why they're criticizing. But if you look at the statistics, when you talk about the increments, when you talk about the price hike, for instance, it's for the good of the people, as some economists have argued. It's so that in the future, the people can feel better. When you talk about, electricity hike, is because they say they want to be able to make sure that that sector works properly. So can we really say this administration, maybe the argument of lopsided appointment, I could accept that one, maybe. But then again, I would always argue that, with lopsided appointments comes the fact that the president will want people he really trusts to be in his circle. Because if I were president, I would also want people I believe in to be working with me. So I'm looking at this. Really, it's not a straight jacket. This is not a straight conversation. It's not casting stone to say, okay, look at it. People are sadder under this administration. It's just that maybe people have to make sacrifices more under this administration, and that is why we're seeing the things that we are saying. I mean, according to people who are pro-government, they say the government is laying the right foundation. And I'm wondering in my head, is that the case? Is Kuka right? Is Kuka playing politics? Because you never can tell. This is Nigeria.
Well, somehow he's speaking the thoughts of a lot of persons,
okay,
which is very true. I mean, you remember the last time we're talking about delegation and appointments, and some persons mentioned that the government should try and embrace other regions and other ethnicities, into its, inner circle. But then again, we also had the, thoughts that he needs people, that's the government or this administration need more people that they can, fall back to and trust and all of that, which of course, if we had a leader from another region would also be the same case. Let's not try to be hypocritical about it now. But I do think, for one, that the crisis now is quite high. And if the government is really, really interested in helping the people, I think steps and implementations to ameliorate the present situation should have already kicked off, so that we see an ease for the people.
All right, let's see an ease for the people. But then again, let's look into consideration all of the problems that Nigerians are currently suffering from. I mean, the suffocation that some will argue Nigerians are feeling did not start in this administration. For instance, bad roads were there for a long time, even before this administration. Poor electricity was there before this administration. All the bad things that you can think of in Nigeria started before this administration. This administration inherited a lot of the problems. Now, that is not to say that I'm absolving the administration from the solutions to the problem, because when they were campaigning in 2015, 2014, 2015, they were saying that they were going to solve all the problems. But then again, can we then say they are the reasons for the problem? Because yet again, the problems did not emanate in this administration. Can we say they are the cause of the sadness? Because yet again, the problems did not start today. It's a culmination of problems over the years. And so maybe the sadness has been a long time coming.
The truth of the matter is that the sufferings of Nigeria is not something that happened in just 5-6 years of the APC's administration in government and all of that. It's something that has been long piling up. I mean, it has been accrued a long time ago, since independence, I dare say. The truth of the matter is that we probably would have seen that change if there was a little bit more interest away from party line interest in the development of Nigeria. Now, we have a country where after elections, the first 2 years are used to battle words with opposition party as to who really deserved the mandate of the people,
and how they did not leave anything in the coffers of the government.
And that's how it has always been. And then before you know it, time just wastes away. And before you know it, nothing or little is done for the people. And then the next time you come up and somebody does a federal road, and it is really sad. I want to also blame the problem and the sadness of Nigerians on Nigerians, because we seem to embrace a lot of persons or a lot of government that posits to us basic things. And then we think it's one huge achievement. I mean, giving us the basic necessities of life. They build roads, they build hospitals that are not even standard.
And they call it a gift.
And they call it a gift, and you applaud whether or not you are in that same party. You're supposed to be agitated by that kind of thing. I mean, whether I am APC or not, if an APC government comes to tell me that they've done so well for me and they've given me a gift of a hospital, it should be appalling to me, because what are you there for?
It sounds like a song we sing in church.
But then we have followers who would hear the same things and clap hands for, their leaders and their party. They've done so well. They've given us what the opposition would have not given us or cannot give us. And that's how we go on and on and on, battling over trivial issues while we ignore the very apparent.
I think I agree with that school of thought, that Nigerians usually sometimes are the problem. I mean, if mosquito is biting you, what is the best thing to do? Is it not to find an insecticide to spray? or probably work on your mosquito nets. But this time we'll be mosquito, and we'll see what we're gonna say, mosquito, my friend. And that's what we are doing in Nigeria. And like Walter said, you have done so much for me.
Do you know that malaria has been one of the, most serious ailments in this part of the world, and administrations come and go, and nobody is putting in any kind of attention into health research as to what we can do to ameliorate or reduce that.
Actually, in the defense they do, but it's all on paper.
No, here's the thing. The truth of the matter is that that's how you get to know whether a government has been working, whether it is working, or whether it would continue to work that if it has been working in the first
But
instance.
we've had Vision 2020, we've had Vision 2023,
we've had so many visions.
Currently Vision 2030.
We have lots of visions. Do you know what I used to hear, that by 2020 things would be better with Nigeria?
We should have been the Dubai of Africa.
At the time, I was anticipating we would be world power because of the things that. Did you not see the things they railed out for us?
Don't make me resign, no. Don't make me resign. What did you just say?
Did you not read the things that were railed out for us for 2020?
I'm not doing it again.
Was it just me, or I read that stuff?
Did you just say world power?
Don't make me use the S word, really.
No, we were going to develop world power. World power?
I mean, with all of the campaigns and with all of the ideas and blueprints they were giving to you, come on, I was very hopeful.
I almost resigned, right? I almost just
very
resigned.
hopeful.
But do you think we should do it?
Excuse my hope. I'm sorry.
Do you think we should do a GoFundMe for Nigeria? I'm going somewhere.
I think this is the point I step up to the studio for you.
Wait, listen now. Now, you mentioned wonderful things, right? You mentioned stuff like how we clap for politicians when they do basic jobs that you're supposed to do, like build us roads, of that. And, all of those things are due to the poverty mentality, because when you have stayed in a dilapidated situation for so long, you begin to think that is the norm. And then when that changes, you think that is a miracle. And that's how Nigeria is. And, of course, you talked about that our visions are just visions on paper and nothing much is done. And it's because the people are not pushing the leaders to attain the vision that they have put in place. So do you think maybe if we set up a GoFundMe for Nigeria? Don't laugh, I'm going somewhere. I've thought about this for weeks now. And for me to come out and say it on air with all boldness, don't laugh, please, don't laugh. If, Erica got GoFundMe, I don't watch Big Brother, but I heard it. I read it in the news too. So imagine we do GoFundMe now for all the bad roads in Nigeria, for all the bad health facilities in Nigeria, all the bad. I know you're paying your taxes. No, calm down, be calming down. But imagine you do all of this, and then we now, after the GoFundMe, we have now worked on all the infrastructures that are there to work on. What do you think these politicians will campaign with?
You that said, let's do GoFundMe, who will be in charge of the account?
Another problem. Because the government is the reflection of the people. Another problem there. See,
because I cannot be doing GoFundMe and somebody will carry the small money I have and run away. I don't want to suffer for this country.
Okay, fine. As the man of the people. No, I would not. I would not be the one.
No, okay, jokes aside.
I would not be the one because I'll eat the money. But I would find responsible Nigerians. I promise. It's something I have to work on. It's not something you just do in the spur of the moment.
I don't blame you. Like, you cannot mention my name. What's wrong with you?
You that will follow me and chop the money. Oh my God.
Okay, but really, I do think that the problem of Nigeria is two-sided. The government, and of course, who makes the government? The people.
Yeah.
So apparently, it is the people that is the bulk of the issue here. Now, when the people come to the realization that, you know what, enough of being depressed, enough of being deprived of basic necessities, basic amenities that are supposed to be given to the people, and they understand that they have that power to control, the activities of government and their leaders, then maybe there would be a change. But then until that happens, until we start to overlook our parties and then look at what our leaders from the parties that we support are doing for us, are doing for the communities that we all grew up from, then I don't know if we're going to change.
We should start a GoFundMe. That's gonna be the solution.
No, it's not difficult now. Let me just open the account.
No,
now,
I'll
sir.
be the one to open the account. See, that's the problem. See,
I'll be giving out the name of the
corruption
account
has already started.
and the account number. So, ladies and gentlemen, after the show, please fund that account.
0817-000-0951 and 0810-951-0951. Your text messages to the number 0701-933-9962. That last number doubles as the WhatsApp message portal number. You can go on Facebook and on Twitter. On Facebook, it is Today 95.1 FM. And on Twitter, it is Today FM 951. Drop your comments there as well, and let's have a blast conversing about Nigeria. 95.1 FM, what's your name?
It's Gabriel on the line.
Gabriel.
Welcome, Gabriel.
Did you say Gabriel? Oh, Gabriel. Is it NJ Gabriel?
To the rescue.
I wouldn't know.
Because we are looking for GoFundMe. So if it's NJ Gabriel, let's know.
Ninja Gabriel will never tell you he's an Ninja Gabriel.
All right, Gabriel, go ahead with your conversation now, or your contribution right now, yeah?
Okay, I want to look at two issues. The first is the ECU has the statement accredited to
Machikuka, yeah?
Machikuka. I understand him. But for the question of morality, whether he lacks the moral, like it has been attributed to OBJ, that you are, with all due respect, that one is a clergy. Doesn't make that one to have the moral justification to take those positions. Because after all, in this country, you and I, if you are not aware, I am aware that sometimes they go on some administrations that have passed. A certain clergy was the current president of this nation, right? And if that is true, that same clergy, it was alleged that he helped in siphoning funds meant for.
Is that clergy the same clergy we're talking about? No, I believe.
You don't. I'm coming. That's why I said that one is a clergy.
Okay.
Mean yes.
And that is why we asked the question: is this still political? That's why we asked the question: is this still political?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is because these so-called leaders, be they in the religious groups, they have made it look as if we have unity. The unity we are saying it all emanates from this position, these Christian these religious groups, and then it transforms to the government.
Right,
of course, the government is you and I. And of course, you have ministers, you have pastors, so to speak, who are holding political offices. And like you said here, would you, because it is your party, and that you are a party man, and you're saying that it is not okay from your comment from your party, and you will not say anything, you protect that your portfolio, the portfolio they've given you. For instance, now if you are
summarize, please.
All right. So in a nutshell, I am looking at we Nigerians understanding what the problem is, and if it comes to elections, like what has happened in Edo, we look at this one and say, oh, the much that has been expected from you is not forthcoming. So we'll draw the line and do the needful.
All right.
All
right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much there. God bless. 95.1 FM. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Salada.
Mascot. Welcome, Mascot.
So much. Well, good afternoon.
Well, saying good afternoon to you too.
Yes, thank you so much. Honestly, Canada, I want to beg your pardon.
Go ahead, please.
Hassan Kuka is one of the constants of our Nigerian society. People like him and Professor Wole Soyinka could be referred as an open wound in this country which only truth can heal.
All right.
They fulfill in that category. So whatever match to Hassan Kuka is not, you can't classify him as one of those clergy or one of those politicians. He is a man of perfectness and a man of uprightness.
All right.
What we have in this country today, Canada, this is not about partisanship or political party. I'm just telling you from an unbiased and the neutral ground. We have war, we have pain, we have hunger, we have anguish, we have degradation, we have dilapidation, we have despondency, we have cynicism, we have failure in almost all our
since we have all of these things, can we sell them so that we no longer have them?
What are we going to sell it with? Nigerians have been boxed to a corner that we have become so much so pedestrian. We take it and every day we come and say, let us spend for our children and eat what we can eat. Canada, honestly, Nigerians are suffering and feeding from hand to mouth.
Right.
They don't even have time anymore to talk about the leadership deficit, the moral burden of our very leaders.
All right.
So that is why we feel that we are lackadaisical.
All right.
Nigerians are not lackadaisical. That's why I ask these people to work hard, because this type of thing cannot be contained in a country like South Africa.
All right then. So
let them work hard and do something so that it will be for the benefit of the household.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dad. Thank you very much. Let's find out who's on the line now. 95.1 FM. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Prince, calling from the city of Abuloma.
You're welcome, Prince.
Abuloma City, welcome.
You know, the man of God spoken, but for me, it's not really enough. I think I want him to hit harder, more than this. Because where Nigeria is going to now, I think I don't want, there are some certain ways I just want to avoid. You know, a situation whereby this country, before this administration of APC came in, they meet fuel with 80-something naira. As time to be corrected. And electricity is not this level now. For electricity now, I don't know. Nobody in Nigeria will say electricity is so naira. Although we are using meter here in Apoloma. But we don't know, because even though they high more than what they even said, assuming it's 2 naira. And then they are cutting. You wouldn't even know the cutting. We know how much when you buy. When you bought what you bought, then they can just cut it anyhow they want for your usage. But that is it. That is the matter. Today, Gary is how much, beans is how much, rice is how much.
So is that why Nigerians are sad?
What are we talking about?
I know it's a question I asked you now.
Then transportation is hard. Now we are traveling from Port Harcourt to you.
But they say we are tough people.
I am coming now.
Okay.
I am coming. I am coming.
Okay.
We are traveling from Port Harcourt to you before. You are traveling now. You ask people who travel from state interstate. They will tell you how much before. They will tell you how much today now. Plus this their increment now. The thing is like almost times 2. What are we talking to? See, we are suffering to nonsense.
Sorry.
This government, in short, this government is not supposed to rule any.
No. Let's not go there now. You spoiled the conversation. I've got to let you go. 95.1 FM. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Pastor Isaiah George from Buguma and Kalabala. My brother. Yes. No Nigerian should take Matthew Hassan Kuka serious. He's a political clergy.
But we should take you. But we should take you serious, because I also believe you're a political clergy as well.
Yeah, my brother. Yes.
So both of you should not be taken seriously.
Listen to me.
Okay.
I told you some time ago that I am Mr. O. I am not known for secrecy. People know me anywhere. Even in my family. From Buguma, they know me.
Yeah, I don't know
even
you.
In my neighborhood, even in my neighborhood, anywhere I go, I am.
They know you.
I don't have secrets.
All right.
Just as I told you, I am the only person that is speaking the truth in almost all the media houses, and that is why people don't like me. As I tell you, the position of Matthew Hassan Kuka, politicians at the national level are using him. That is why you see him anytime they want to decorate any executive table or conference table with a clergyman. You see, they will bring him because he's politically inclined, and he will come in there and do the political.
In summary, we shouldn't take him serious.
What you're saying is that,
wait, now let me understand you. We shouldn't take him serious. Nigerians are happier than ever in the history of Nigeria.
No, what we are saying is that even in the previous where we are coming from before we met this government, people complain. Even when in the midst
did you hear the point? People are sadder, not that they are just becoming sad. They were sad before, but the saddening is worse.
Tomorrow tell me the word they will use. Maybe after this government is no more, the another government comes. You will see some person will still come and use more words that is even more stronger than sadder.
Okay.
So people will always complain. People will complain, but they will not, in the midst of those who are complaining will never see anything good in the midst of complaint. See, even in the time of Uganda's president, this what is his name? This man, where people thought that it was just a horror government. In the midst of that government, people survive, and people today.
Okay, so Nigerians are surviving. All right, then. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pastor Zaya. We've got to go. Nigerians are survivors. I'm a survivor. I'm not going to give. Okay, let's go back. 95.1 FM.